Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. OK, here's a comprehensive guide to implementing JWT authentication with .NET 7 and Angular, including detailed explanations, code examples, and considerations for production readiness. Introduction to JWT authentication. What is JWT? JSON Web Token, JWT, is a standard for securely transmitting information between parties as a JSON object. It's digitally signed using a secret, with the hmac algorithm, or a public/private key pair using RSA or EXA. This signature ensures the integrity of the data transmitted. How JWT works, simplified. One user logs in. The user provides credentials, username/password. 2 Server authenticates. The server verifies the credentials. 3 Server creates JWT. Upon successful authentication, the server generates a JWT containing user information and other claims, example roles, permissions. 4 JWT returned to client. The JWT is sent back to the client, Angular application. 5 Client stores JWT. The client stores the JWT, typically in local storage, session storage, or a cookie, with appropriate security measures. 6 Client sends JWT*. For subsequent requests to protected resources, the client includes the JWT in the authorization header of the HTTP request, usually using the bearer scheme. 7 Server validates JWT*. The server receives the request, extracts the JWT from the header, validates its signature and expiration, and extracts the user information from the JWT's payload. 8 Server authorizes*. The server uses the user information and claims within the JWT to determine if the user is authorized to access the requested resource. 9 Resource served or denied*. The server either serves the requested resource or returns an error based on the authorization check. Benefits of JWT*. Stateless authentication*. The server doesn't need to maintain sessions for each user. The JWT itself contains all the necessary information. Scalability*. Stateless authentication makes scaling easier. Cross-domain authentication*. JWTs can be used for authentication across different domains. Standard*. JWT is a well-established standard with libraries available for various languages and platforms. Security considerations*. Protect your secret key*. The secret key used to sign JWTs is critical. Never expose it in client-side code or store it in insecure locations. Use environment variables or a secure configuration management system. Use HTTPS*. Always use HTTPS to encrypt communication between the client and server, preventing eavesdropping. Set expiration times*. JWTs should have a relatively short expiration time to limit the window of opportunity for attackers to use stolen tokens. Use refresh tokens to obtain new JWTs when the original ones expire. Validate JWTs carefully*. Ensure you properly validate the JWT signature, expiration, and claims on the server side. Use a JWT library for validation to avoid common vulnerabilities. Store tokens securely*. Choose the appropriate storage mechanism for JWTs on the client side. Consider using HTTP-only cookies with the secure attribute or a more secure client-side storage option like IndexedDB. Avoid storing sensitive data in the JWT payload. Prevent cross-site scripting. XSS sanitize user input and use appropriate security headers to prevent XSS attacks, which could be used to steal JWTs. Refresh tokens implement refresh tokens to allow users to maintain their authenticated sessions without requiring them to re-enter their credentials frequently. Refresh tokens should be stored securely and have a longer expiration time than JWTs. Rotate secrets periodically rotate your secret key to further enhance security. Avoid storing sensitive data in JWT. The JWT payload is typically base 64 encoded, so anyone with access to the token can decode it. Do not store sensitive or personally identifiable information, PII, directly in the JWT. 2. .NET 7 API Setup. 1. Create a new .NET 7 Web API project *. 2. Install required NuGet packages *. 3. Create models, entities. Create a user class. Create a user DTO, data transfer object, for registration. Create a user login DTO, data transfer object, for login. Create a response DTO for returning messages. Create a JWT token DTO to return the token and expiration. 4. Create a user repository, in memory for simplicity, replace with a database in production. 5. Implement JWT authentication logic, service. 6. Configure JWT authentication in program.cs*. 7. Configure app settings.json*. Important asterisk. Replace your super secret key here with a strong, randomly generated key. Don't use weak keys in production. Replace https://yourdomain.com with the actual domain of your application. The key and configuration settings should ideally be managed using environment variables or a secure configuration system in a production environment, rather than storing them directly in app settings.json. 8. Create authentication controller *. 9. Create a simple protected endpoint. 3. Angular client setup. 1. Create a new Angular project *. 2. Install HTTP client *. 3. Create authentication service, auth.service.ts. 4. Create authguard, auth.guard.ts. 5. Create HTTP interceptor, auth.interceptor.ts. 6. Register interceptor in app module.ts*. 7. Create login component, login.component.ts, login.component.html. 8. Create register component, register.component.ts, register.component.html. 9. Create profile component, profile.component.ts, profile.component.html. 10. Update app routing.module.ts*. 11. Update app component.ts. 12. Update app component.html. 4. Running the application. 1. Start the .NET 7 API *. 2. Start the Angular application *. 3. Open your browser to http://localhost 4200. V testing and further considerations. Testing *. Register a user. Log in with the registered user. Verify that you are redirected to the /profile page. Check the browser's local storage to see the JWT. Log out. The JWT should be removed, and you should be redirected to /login. Error handling. Implement robust error handling in both the Angular client and the .NET API. Password hashing. Crucially, replace the plain text password storage with secure password hashing, example bcrypt.net next in .NET. This is a fundamental security requirement. Refresh tokens. Implement refresh tokens to avoid forcing users to log in frequently. Asterisk token revocation asterisk consider implementing a mechanism to revoke tokens, example storing revoked token IDs in a database. Asterisk cores asterisk if your Angular app and API are on different domains, configure cores properly in your .NET API. Asterisk role-based authorization asterisk extend the example to include more complex role-based authorization scenarios. Asterisk security headers asterisk add security headers to your .NET API responses to mitigate common web vulnerabilities. Asterisk logging and auditing asterisk implement logging and auditing to track user activity and security events. Asterisk deployment asterisk follow best practices for deploying both the .NET API and Angular application to a production environment. Ensure that your secret key is securely managed and rotated. This detailed tutorial provides a solid foundation for building JWT authentication in your .NET 7 and Angular applications. Remember to adapt the code to your specific requirements and always prioritize security best practices.